The Heroes EZAs are good and they're no longer restricted? Well, which one should you chase after? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the upcoming EZA Heroes units and a few others to try to figure out which ones we should prioritize getting outside of our main Heroes summons. So we are doing this before the main banner drops. As of me recording this video, we're still more than likely about 5 to 6 days out from the release of the main heroes banners, but you have two possible ways right now to pick up some of the heroes units you may have been missing, or the ones that are specifically EZAing right now. So right now on both Global and JP, we have the Extreme Z Super Dragon Ball Heroes crossover summon, which will allow you to do a one round only 3 multi-summon discount, 30 stones each, to try to pick up one of these EZA hero units. Or, you know, if you're a pay-to-play player, you can grab this white special dragon stone and pick up one of the characters available here. So the big question is, which ones are the characters you should utilize, whether you're deciding to summon or use the stone? We're kind of going to tackle both aspects here in this, because no matter which version you choose, there are a couple of there's not usually a right answer, but there are a couple in this case, right? So let's start this by saying, hey, if you're going to summon on the banner, number one, wait until you do your main Dragon Ball Heroes summons when the banner drops in a few days, right? See if you pick in whoever you're missing within those, and then maybe dip your toes into this banner. Otherwise, if you plan on dipping your toes into this banner, you may want to consider you may just want to consider that yes, these units are no longer restricted, but if you're saving for 10th anniversary, unless you kind of have the units and the teams to set them up outside of their own heroes team, then it's probably not worth your investment over saving for 10th anniversary. So I'm just going to say that outright here. Otherwise, if you're willing to put in the commitment, let's talk. So first and foremost, we have the special dragon stone, which will not only allow us to pick up the EZA units from the banner, right? So the Tech Trunks, the Pan, the Mechi Kabata, right? The Vegeks, Goku, Vegeta, and the Gohanks and Gotenks. You can also pick up some units that could be EZAing next year. Remember, they did say they will still continue to EZA the units, even though there's no longer going to be a celebration. So first and foremost, if you are going to pick up this stone, prioritize who you don't have. That's going to be the best value for your stones. I mean, obviously preferably newer characters, but prioritize those who you don't have over characters, right? Buying dupes. I would definitely recommend doing that. But let's just say you were coming in fresh. Your number one choice, I would say, out of all of these units is probably Mechi Kabata. If you do not have this guy, consider doing some summons here, or if you're a pay-to-play player, consider picking him up with the stones. He is insanely good. He works very well. Like, he is not restricted to heroes at all. He changes key spheres. He gets attack and defense, a crap ton of it, through different key spheres obtained, on top of, right, the nuking style passive with 25% per key sphere obtained. He works on many different teams. Resurrected Warriors, so that's Boo's team, right? He works on Demonic Power, which is, you know, the new Slug team. In fact, he's really good on the new Slug team. I would highly recommend trying him out there, especially with the fact that he's also on Terrifying Conquerors, which allows him to work with STR Bojack, Frieza, and help them out. So he's actually insanely good. Like, if we actually want to take a look here at like what these stats actually mean, right? This is just like the bare minimum 6 orbs, which you're probably getting more than that. The bare minimum he's looking at here, right? If you don't get lucky with the AAs, right? You know, 1.2 million, and then he's getting 1.6, and then 2 million. That is with 6 orbs. That's it. you're probably going to get more than 6 orbs, considering, right, how he's changing orbs and also stacking attack, right? That's not even considering the fact that usually when Halvard does these calcs for this stuff, right, this is his defense, right? He's only focused on defense. This isn't even factoring in the fact that he's getting crazy amount stronger every single turn, right? 50% stronger every single turn. I would definitely recommend, if you do not have Mechikabura, to spend either 30 stones trying to grab him if you didn't get him in your main summons, or if you are a pay-to-play player, grabbing him that way. He is probably the most value you're going to get out of all of these units. So just throwing that out there. Otherwise, we have a few good runner-ups that I think, and of course they are the most recent EZAs, right? And that is the Int Vegeta. He is actually really good. He helps out one of the best teams in the game, which is Tech Vegeta's team, by buffing Vegeta's family even more, on top of having guard and greatly stacking attack and defense, right? So he's a great support option. He links well with the Vegeta, even without having Patrol or Super Saiyans active, which Vegeta doesn't get till he transforms, right? I mean, you can see, I think he shows up on here, right? I think they should share 4 links, but Vegeta has so many 4 links partners. It's 3 to 4 links, but he is good supporting that team, which that team really could use the extra offense and defense, so it's definitely very, very helpful. Otherwise, the opposite side of the coin, the same with the Goku, right? Goku doing the same thing for Goku's family, although it's kind of harder to find a place for him on teams to support Goku than it is to find Vegeta, but I definitely recommend either one of them as the runners up if you don't grab Mechikabura. Otherwise, the next one I really recommend getting is the STR Vejex. Kind of a wild pick, but he's actually really good. He's stacking defense. He has build per super attack, right? He is guaranteed crits. He has additional super attacks. He's kind of doing it all while also stacking. And if we actually take a look at what his stats mean here, right? I think, do I have it here? I don't think I have it up here, but if we just scroll on down here on Halvard's page, we could probably find it. Where is it? There it is, the Vejex. So we have the Vejex here. 2.8 million is what he's looking at with 6 SA effects stacked. So that's basically 2 to 3 turns of stacking depending on your additional luck, right? He can get up to 3 additional supers, right? So this is kind of crazy. 2.8 million defense. Again, this does kind of assume that you can get attack and defense down, but even without that, right, since the stack is infinite, you're going to get to this point eventually. So if you have Mechikabura, if you have Vegeta and Goku, definitely recommend him up next. And as much as it pains me to say, right, if you don't have Trunks, he's probably the lowest priority, but he is still pretty good, and he's definitely worthy of a choice if you were missing him. Otherwise, right, if you're not missing any of these units here, I would highly recommend starting to look at future-proofing your hero's setup, right? So if you missed out on the Limit Breakers or Hearts, they will be EZA next year. You could grab a copy of them through this stone if you choose to do it. Obviously, summoning on here, you're not going to have your chance at getting them. I would just summon on the main banner in that case. But if you are choosing to purchase the stone, I would definitely recommend doing it, grabbing these guys, as this whole batch will be EZA next year. So definitely well, actually, these guys won't. So these guys will, and then these two will. So if you're missing any of them, definitely recommend picking them up. Oh, and these two as well. The Gohan and Bardock will be EZAing as well. So definitely worthy of the pickup there. I probably don't recommend, and unless you completely have everyone, I don't recommend picking up some of the older ones. I don't know if they'll plan on EZA, Super EZA in the Heroes units. They might, but I wouldn't count on it. So I would just focus on what's coming up versus looking all the way back, unless you're going for collection purposes. So again, my recommendations for who to prioritize are Meki Kabura, the Vegeta and Goku secondary, the Vegeks, and then Trunks lastly in terms of the current EZAs. And then if you do have everyone else, then just focus on who's coming next. So guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, who are you going to pick with White Dragon Stone, or who are you chasing on your 30 stone multis on the EZA banner? Let us know in the comments down below. I was trying to go for Vegeks. Unfortunately, we did not get him, but let us know who you're after in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.